So finally, in this discussion of memory and the different types of memory phenomena, I'd like to go back to that striking combination of deficits experienced by Henry Molaison following damage to his hippocampal system, and assess how we can understand the specific combination of deficits that appeared in terms of the hippocampal system damage that produced the deficits. Because of his hippocampal damage, all ability to change cortical receptive fields was lost. So there'd be no recording of information about novel events or facts. Furthermore, the hippocampal damage also affected his recall capabilities for events prior to his surgery by removing the receptive fields that recorded groups of cortical columns active during the same receptive field expansion episodes. However, if an event had been frequently recalled prior to his operation, recall had become based on frequent past simultaneous activity, with the required receptive fields being recorded elsewhere in the cortex, and therefore unaffected by hippocampal system damage. So, some more distant events could still be remembered. Cortical areas unrelated to the hippocampal system managed the recall of semantic memories like word meanings, so speech understanding, for example, was unaffected. Speech generation also depended on existing cortical receptive fields and their recommendation strengths in the basal ganglia, plus speech generation commands in the cerebellum that were all unaffected by hippocampal damage. If a motor skill could be acquired by just changing the recommendation strengths of existing receptive fields, he could learn it. But not if the skill acquisition needed new receptive fields as well as new recommendation strengths. Priming required receptive fields based on recent simultaneous activity, which are not long-term and are defined without the need for hippocampal system inputs. Hence, the striking combination of deficits observed in Henry Molaison and other similar patients can be understood. The different ways in which the different types of memory are supported by brain information processes explain why there is a difference, why damage affects some of these memory processes but doesn't affect other kinds of memory processes. So that concludes the discussion of various memory phenomena, and in the next sections we'll go on to discussing speech and speech comprehension and production.